Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
You're able to see my whiteboard?
Yes,
Able to
ma'am.
see my whiteboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So last class we were discussing about mainly about no, third normal form, right? So we said third normal form depends on the concept of transitive dependency. Then we try to define what is transitive dependency. Then we went into defining what is third normal form. We try to take some example of a particular table which was not in third normal form, and then we try to decompose it and made it into a third normal form. So after that, we saw the important concept of general definition of second normal form and third normal form. So what is the general definition of second normal form and the general definition of third normal form? Second normal form, we try to explain it in the form of full functional dependency. When we talked about general definition of 2NF, we said the same thing but in terms of partial dependency. Right? So in case of the first definition that we saw, we said all functional dependency should be a full functional dependency. That is what we said. General definition, we said none of them should be partial functional dependency. Both are same. Next, we went ahead to define the general definition of third normal form. So when we talked about the first definition that we saw was in terms of transitive dependency. The general definition of third normal form was a little different, wherein we said if we had a attribute, a functional dependency x determines A, then x should be a super key or A should be a prime attribute. This is what we define. One of the condition has to be satisfied. Then we call it as then we say that the table is in the third normal form. This is with respect to the general definition of third normal form. And then we took an example with respect to Lord's table, which talked about the lands of land in the different states of a country, and what is it, how is it the price is determined, how is the tax rate is determined. So these things we saw. Lord's table was in 1NF, it was in 2NF, but 3NF got violated there, right? So we divided this into, decomposed it into lots 1 and lots 2. But again, lots 1 was not, was violating the third enough. So we divided it again into lots 1A and lots 1B. This is where I think we stopped in the last class. Any questions up till here before we proceed further? All right. So, okay. Next, we move on to an important concept, which is called as Boy's chord normal form. We also call it as BCNF. See, normally this normalization, all the normal forms was developed by Chord. So after the third normal form was designed, Boyce joined along with him. That's why you call this as Boyce and Chord are two different people. So we call this as a Boyce-Codd normal form. The first point that you'll have to understand here in case of Boyce-Codd normal form is it is a little stricter than the third normal form. Stricter than third normal form means it's a little stronger version of third normal form is your Boyce-Codd normal form. Okay. Then one more important point you should understand is every relation, let us say every table or every relation R, which is supposed to be in BCNF. Okay, if it is in BCNF, then it should also be satisfying 3NF. Every relation, I repeat again, every relation or a table R, if it is going to satisfy BCNF, then it also holds the 3NF. But every relation R, every table R, which is in 3NF, need not be BCNF. But it need not be BCNF. But every table which is a BCNF should be a 3NF also. Should be in 3NF also. But every relation which is in third normal form need not be in a Boyce-Codd normal, need not satisfy Boyce-Codd normal form. These are two important points that you should understand. One more important point is there. I will tell you after the definition of what is exactly. Let us try to understand what is the definition of Boyce-Codd normal form. Now, a relation R is said to be in Boyce-Codd normal form. Okay. If whenever you have a, please mute whoever it is. There is some disturbance. Okay. In Boyce-Codd normal form, a relation is said to be in Boyce-Codd normal form if whenever we have a functional dependency, if this particular functional dependency holds in that particular table, okay, then X should be a super key of R. X should be a super key of R. If this condition is satisfied in any of the functional dependency, then we say that it is in the BCNF. Santosh, can you please mute? Yeah. So what did I say? Definition of BCNF is a relation R is said to be in BCNF if whenever there is a functional dependency X determines A holds in R. That means if that particular functional dependency is there in R, then X should be a super key of R. That is all the BCNF states. If X is a super key of R, that is your left-hand side attributes of the given functional dependency is a super key of R, then we say that the particular functional dependency satisfies BCNF. In other words, we say that the relation table R is BCNF satisfied. All right. Now, can you tell me what is the difference between BCNF and 3NF from this definition? Any of you? I already told you these definitions. It is stricter than 3NF. Every relation which is in BSNF is also supposed to be in 3NF, but every relation which is in 3NF need not be BCNF. And then we went into the definition of what exactly is BCNF. If I said that if there is a functional dependency X determines A holds, then X is a super key of R. Can you tell me the difference, one more difference between BCNF and 3NF now? Anyone? What was the general definition of 3NF that we stated? We said that if X determines A is a functional dependency in 3NF, either X should be a super key or A should be a prime attribute. So there were two conditions here in case of general definition of 3NF. First condition was X should be a super key. The second one was why A should be a prime attribute. Now this concept of A should be a prime attribute is actually missing here. We don't have that condition in case of this BCNF. So in case of BCNF, we only have one condition, that is X should be a super key of R. That is another difference between BCNF and 3NF, right? So as I said, let me summarize. Boy's squad normal form, it was developed by two people. So that's why it gets the name BCNF. It is stricter than 3NF. That means you have, it is more stronger than the third normal form. And then I said every relation that is in 3NF, every relation that is in BCNF is also supposed to be holding or should be satisfying 3NF. In other words, every relation on the other hand which is 3NF need not be in BCNF, right? So now, what is the definition of BCNF? BCNF states that in every relation R, if there is going to be a functional dependency of the form X determines A, then X should be a super key of R. That's all. That is what is the definition of BCNF. Difference between this BCNF definition and the general definition of 3NF is, in general definition of 3NF, we had two conditions. Either X should be a super key or B should be, the second condition was, or A should be a prime attribute. Now here we have just one condition, X should be a super key of R. Or your A should be prime is not required in case of BCNF. Okay. So any doubts so far? Any questions? No questions? Okay, let's move forward. Now, we'll take an example of a particular relation, which is, let us check if it is in BCNF and then try to see how we can bring it back into BCNF. Okay. Now, suppose, let us say, I will take the same example with respect to lots. Lots means nothing but the lands. Okay. Now, in this, suppose, let us say we have thousands of lands in that particular relation. But these lands are from only two countries. Let us say D and F. Just for example. D and F for what? They are nothing but two countries. So this lots means, lots is, I am taking lot is nothing but land. Okay. So let us assume I said there are thousands of lands. But these lands are from only two countries. All the lands are only from two countries, let us say D and F. Or rather two states, D and F. Okay. Now suppose that when we talk about the size of the land, okay, size of the land from the state D, they are only, let me put down something like this, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and 1.0 acres. These are the size 1.0. These are the size of the lands which are in the state D. Whereas lot size, if you look into in the states of F, they are of the form 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and so on up to 1.9 to 2.0 acres. Okay. So what you can determine? Can you tell some inference out of this too? I said there are a lot of lands, but all the lands are only in, there are a lot of lands in the country, but all the lands are only in two states, D and F. Now, when I look into the size of these lands, when I look into the size of the lands of the state D, they are all ranging from 0.5 to 1.0 acres. Nothing is beyond 1. Are you observing that? If I look at the size of the land from the state F, everything is within the range 1.1 to 2.0, which means nothing is less than 1. What can we infer out of this? Anyone? What can we infer out of this? Nobody is listening, is it? Come on. Now, in the last class example, we had taken the table lots. We had put down 4 different functional dependencies. FD4. These were the 4 dependencies that we had put down in the last class. Now, given this much of information regarding the size of the lands with respect to the states, okay, now in such a situation, I can have an additional functional dependency, FD5 I'll call it, wherein I will say area determines country name. That means what? Given the area, I can find out what is the name of the country, because I know that anything that is between 0.5 and 1 means it is going to be the state D. Anything that is ranging from 1 acre to 2 acre, it is going to be from the state F. So given this information, I can add an additional functional dependency to the existing 4, that area determines the country name, or country name can be determined by area. I can say that because if I say 1.3, let us say area is 1.3, then I can immediately, if I say 1.3, I can immediately say it is F. Whereas if I say it is 0.7, I can immediately say it is D. So I can include a new functional dependency, area determines country name. If I add this dependency, that is FD5, to the other dependencies, okay, then as I told you, we already had lots 1 and 2, lots 1A, 1B, right? These many dependencies, this many tables we already have. Suppose I add this to the other dependencies, lots 1A is still in 3 and F, but country name is a prime attribute there. Are you getting me? If I add that, what will happen? Lots 1, suppose, let me show you. I will take that lots 1A. Yesterday we had done towards the end of the class. And suppose I had here property ID. I'll take the same attributes. Country name. Lot number. And then we have area. So we had all these dependencies. This was our FD1. And then we had FD2. This was FD2. And then now I'm going to add a new one wherein area determines, this is my FD5. Area determines country name. Now, is this table lots 1A? This 1 and 2 already we have seen that they have satisfied the 3NF, right? Now, is this lots 1A, is it in BCNF or not? Is it in 3NF? And is it in BCNF? Can somebody answer me? Is it in 3NF? Area determines country name. Yeah, here I have written. This FD5, it is still in 3NF because 3NF states what? General definition of 3NF is either X should be a candidate key or Y should be a prime attribute. One second. So general definition of 3NF states that either X should be a candidate key or when I have a dependency like this, either X should be a candidate key or A should be a prime attribute. If that is satisfied, then I say it is in 3NF. There's something wrong, 1 minute. I think there's some error in my system, 1 minute. Previous sheet has gone, I think. Yeah. Here, if you observe, I asked you all whether this area determines country name is it in 3NF or not? Can anyone answer me? Area determines country name. Is it in 3NF or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why is it in 3NF? See, the general definition of 3NF states what? If X determines A, X should be either a super key or A should be a prime attribute. One of this condition is satisfied, then we say that that particular dependency is in 3NF. Now, in case of area determines country name, area is not a super key, but country name is a prime attribute. Hence, one of the condition is satisfied. Hence, it is in 3NF. But is it in BCNF? It is not. This FD5 violates BCNF. It violates BCNF because BCNF requires, what is the definition of BCNF? If X determines A, X has to be a primary key, that's all. This B part of 3NF does not exist in case of BCNF. Here, the condition B is satisfied, so it falls into 3NF. Whereas the condition B does not exist in BCNF definition, hence this FD5 violates BCNF. Okay, hence this table is in 3NF, but it is not in BCNF. Now, how do I normalize into BCNF? I will try to decompose this table and then put on, let us say, lots 1, A, X I will call it. I will put this as property ID, number, area, lot number. And then this one which violates my BCNF, I will take it in a different table. This is lots 1A, Y. Okay. Now both these tables are in BCNF also. Area determines country name. Now here I will make area as a primary key. So it will become, it has to be a super key. So it satisfies BCNF. Whereas this one, property ID, here also whatever was there, it already remains. Hence, this also satisfies BCNF. So both these tables will satisfy BCNF. So that's a major difference between the third normal form and the Boyce Codd normal form. Third normal form, Boyce Codd normal form is more stronger, stricter than, because it has only one condition and that has to be satisfied. That's why we say BCNF is more strict than the 3NF. Any table that is in BCNF is also in 3NF. But every table that is in 3NF need not be in BCNF. Okay. When we say the one more difference between 3NF and BCNF is, in 3NF I said if X determines A, X has to be a super key or A can be a primary attribute. There are two conditions. One of them has to get satisfied in 3NF. Whereas in case of BCNF, when we have a functional dependency, X determines A, X has to be a super key. That's all. There is no B part there. That is why it becomes a more stricter version of 3NF. So let me summarize this example. So I took one example, this lots example. Lots are nothing but lands. Okay. So there are a lot of lands. Let's say there are thousands of lands in the country. But all the lands are only in two of these states, D and F. When I take the state D, all the lands are in the size 0.5 to 1. That is, they are ranging from 0.5 to 1. Whereas all the lands of the state F are ranging from 1 to 2 acres. Okay. Now, given this, I can arrive at a dependency called as area determines country name. That means, given the area, I can say what is the name of the country. Country name is nothing but state here. Okay. Now, yesterday's class, we had seen how we decompose the lots table into lots 1A and lots 1B. All were in 3NF. If I add this new functional dependency FD5, will my table still be in 3NF or does it get violated is what we have to see. When I add this, we already have in lots 1A table, we already have property ID, country name, lot number, area, FD1 and FD2. I am adding this new FD5. Area determines country name is the new FD I am adding. Is the table still in 3NF? Yes, it is, because FD5 does not violate 3NF. It holds. Why? Because area is not a super key, but country name is a prime attribute. There are two conditions for 3NF. Either area should be a primary key, a super key, or country name should be a prime attribute. One of the conditions has to get satisfied, and it is satisfied here. So 3NF is not violated with respect to FD5. But when we see with respect to BCNF, this FD5 violates BCNF because area is not a super key, which is the only requirement for BCNF. Hence, we try to normalize it. Whatever is violating BCNF, we try to put in a different table and then make this area a super key or primary key, whatever. So this becomes area determines country name. We put it in a different table. So now both the tables will satisfy your BCNF also. So that is the difference of 3NF and BCNF. Any doubts, anybody so far? First NF, 2NF, first NF, we said all the attributes are should be atomic values. And if the table is not in 1NF, I told you how we can try to decompose or try to bring it into one first normal form by using 3 different techniques. We saw that. Right? And then the second one was second normal form. In second normal form is based on full functional dependency. So we try to first understand what is full and what is partial. What is full functional dependency? If I remove any attribute, if I have a dependency, I'm just summarizing. If I have a dependency, X determines A. If I remove some attribute from A, X minus A, if this dependency still holds, then it is partial. If it does not hold, then it is full. That is your full and partial. Second NF or second normal form depends on this full and partial dependency. It says that all functional dependencies should be full functional dependency. General definition of second normal form states what? None of the functional dependency should be partial, or it should have a partial dependency on the prime attribute of R. That is what your general definition of second normal form states. Then we went on to third normal form. Third normal form depends on transitive dependency. So in the last class, we saw what is transitive dependency, and every functional dependence, no functional dependency should be transitively dependent on the primary key of R. That is what is third normal form. After that, we learned about the general definition of third normal form and the second normal form also. Third normal form general definition, as I said, if you have a functional dependency, X determines A, it states that X should be a super key or A should be a prime attribute. There are 2 possibilities. Either one of the condition, if it satisfies also, we can say that it is in third normal form. Then we saw today's class, Boy's Codd normal form, a more stricter version of third normal form, which states that X, if X determines A is a functional dependency, then X has to be a super key. The B part of the second condition for which is available for 3NF is not there in case of BCNF. That's why we say BCNF is more stricter than the third normal form. So that finishes your concept on normalization. Any doubts? If you want anything to be repeated again, I am always ready to do that. But if there is no response from your side, I cannot understand anything if you don't speak out. Because these concepts are very, very important. Any doubts, anyone, regarding normal forms? What is normalization? In fact, what is functional dependency from there? Because functional dependency, the inference rules, we saw 6 inference rules. We have to know the functional dependency and the inference rules in order to understand the normalization. Otherwise, it is difficult. We also saw what are spurious tuples, which lead to invalid, any additional invalid tuples which comes in when you join the tables. That is called as spurious tuples. Any doubts so far? Functional dependency, inference rule, all the 3 normal forms, BCNF, are all very, very important. Are you all there, or shall I mark all of you absent?
Yes, ma'am.
No answer, no reply, no response. Only for attendance you all are answering. Right? It's very bad.
No, ma'am.
Then what?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Lavanya, tell me. You said something?
Ma'am, we told we are listening class.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Ma'am,
okay, okay. None of y'all had any doubts only. That's why I'm surprised. Because these are all very important concepts. That's why.
ma'am,
Yeah.
how to take function dependence 1 to a little bit confused on that, ma'am.
What is your doubt? You tell me properly.
FD1, FD2.
Those are the dependencies which are given already. FD1 is given. You don't have to take anything. You don't have to assume or you don't have to analyze anything. It will be given already. So FD1 is already given. Only a functional dependency that we added now was based on the area and the country name. Last class, whatever we did, it's a continuation of that. When I took that lots table example, we put down 1 to FD1, FD2 and FD3 and FD4. They are already it is given as part of the example. So you don't have to worry as to how to arrive at it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yesterday I had sent a mail to you all regarding the syllabus of the first internals. Did you all check that?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we checked.
Yeah. So for first internal, you will have first module full. Okay, that complete first module you will have. Second module, there are 3 different concepts. One is ER model, one is relational model, and then we have this normalization, functional dependency and normalization is the third part. Right, so you will have ER model and relational model both, but this functional dependency onwards, we will take it to the second internals. Okay, so that will be your syllabus for the first internal. Any clarification on this? First module full, second module, you'll have ER model and relational model. Functional dependency onwards will not be there, it will be there for second internals. Normalization and all that. And then regarding your, as all of you would have seen so far, the 7th and the 8th question, which turns out to be a case study and innovative questions, right? And well, I have not discussed anything so far with you all. Even in discrete maths, it was not possible to give any kind of case study and all in mathematics. So that time also I have not spoken to you all regarding that. But now in case of DBMS, yes, we can think of some case study questions. See, your case study questions will be based on whatever syllabus I have told you. Now, for example, we have ER model. We have written some ER diagrams, is it not? Now, when I write some ER diagrams, ER diagram can be written for any application which is a database oriented, correct? If your application is a database related application, then obviously you should be able to write a ER diagram and a schema diagram for that. Now, if you look into this social media websites like Facebook, or it can be WhatsApp or something like that, or Amazon, no, major portals like websites like Amazon, Flipkart, these things. If you see these things, they are also nothing but in the background they have a huge database. Amazon, for example, they have a huge database, is it not? So you should be able to write a ER diagram even for that particular database. It may be a big one, it may be a complicated one, a lot of entities may be there, a lot of attributes may be there, but still there has to be a ER diagram and a schema diagram based on which they have built their database. Now, I want you to explore what could be or what will be if I have to ask you to write an ER diagram of Amazon database, if I ask you to write an ER diagram of a Flipkart database, if I ask you to write an ER diagram of Facebook database, something like this, then what are the entities and what attributes you can assume and you can write it? That could be a possible case study question. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Given any kind of a general real-time application which is database related, you should be able to write a ER diagram for that. Okay, that will be a possible case study question. Are you getting me? Any doubts in what I said till now? Because I have not shared anything on that. What I'm saying here, that's all. Because syllabus in the syllabus, I have not told about case study. Now only I'm telling. Any doubts on what I told you? The 7th and 8th question will be on that. And there could be one question which could be based on query formulation. Given any, application, given the details, you would be asked to formulate a query. Like our lab exercise that we have now, something like that you could be asked. That could be one question. But one question will be on ER diagram or writing a schema diagram, mentioning the entities, what are the attributes of any generic real-time application, or any could be any social media website, or could be anything like that. That will be one possible question. So try and explore these things and see what entities you will be. It is possible for you to write what attributes each of these entities can have. Suppose if it is Facebook, what are all the possible entities that can be there? Suppose I say Amazon website. What are all the possible entities you can think of? For each of the entity, what are the attributes that you can think of? How can you relate to them? Just give a thought, or you may probably Google around and see what are possible. Okay, so that will be a kind of a case study question will be there for your internals, along with the other syllabus what I have told you. Any doubts? Any clarifications? No doubts? Right. So that this finishes your normal up to normalization. We finish with the second module of your syllabus. So we'll be starting with the third module. Probably in the next class only I will start. I will not be starting now. Meanwhile, if you have any queries or any doubts regarding the notes and all I have already shared with respect to first internals, you can ask me now. Anything that you want to discuss, or any concept you want some revision, we can do in tomorrow's class. Something like that. If you want, if you tell me, I can accordingly do it. And for first module, I've also shared along with the notes. I've also shared with you all what are the possible. What are all the important questions covering that module 1? I have shared. Of course, for module 2, since we have not still finished today, only we finished that. The last part of the notes I am yet to share with you all. So when I share that, I will give you the questions covering this second module full. Okay. Any doubts in any of your internal portions? So that's why I shared the syllabus yesterday. If you have any doubts, you can come back to me so we can spend one hour on clarifying your doubts or repeating any of the concepts, because our dates are not announced, so we have some time to do something. That's all. Daksha, any?
Yes, ma'am.
Any clarifications from your class? Any doubts? What does your class say? At least you can talk representing your class. Nobody is talking anything only.
I guess I don't know, ma'am. I have to ask.
All right.
I guess we don't have any doubts about the theory classes as well as lab. It is going well.
Okay. So DBMS, no issues with all of you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else in particular? Anybody? Or if you have any doubts with respect to class or lab, also you can. We have some 5-10 minutes time, so we can. I can take those queries if any. Any difficulty you are finding it in doing either lab or in respect to theory? If you have any queries, you can let me know, because if you don't tell me, all of you are sitting remote and I'll not be able to know what's happening. It's different from if a classroom environment, is it not?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, Raman.
Ma'am, one revision session, ma'am, it will be helpful for us.
Yeah, but I should know from others also like what they want, and uh, majority of them would they want it, or how is it like, and what topics they want. All this I should get to know from the class, and then probably I can do it depending on the dates of your intervals.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
ma'am, we want revision from functional dependency.
ma'am,
Should be a
revision
quick
on
revision.
the revision on the ER diagram.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I'll ask the class and make a list of topics which we have to revise again and get clarified, and I'll submit it by tomorrow, ma'am, so that we can have a revision kind of class for an hour.
If you can submit it by today evening, then it will be better, because I have to tomorrow's class. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I have at 9:30 class. So if you send it by tomorrow morning, then I'll find it difficult to tell you what has to be done. Right?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. By evening, I will submit.
Yeah. If by evening, if you all can tell me what topic needs to be revised, I will see majority what you all want, and then I can address that in tomorrow's class itself. That will be
Yes,
better.
ma'am. I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Yes, yes. Apart from that, I hope all of you have received my notes and all that. Dakshani, you can also take some feedback on lab sessions. What if they are finding it any difficult? If they want something to be repeated, that also you let me know.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Yeah. Students, so we have actually lab also. I think the third exercise we are doing now. This week, I think all of you last week we have finished with the table creation and insertion of data also. We'll be working on the queries this week. So by this Thursday, we'll be finishing 3 exercises, lab exercise, right? So once we get to know the dates of internals, theory internal, followed by that, we'll also be having immediately the lab internals also probably we will be having. So please make sure that you're learning properly. Your learning should not get disturbed, or don't take it very casually. That is what I'm saying, right? Because VTU will always come back saying there will be offline exams only. No exams will be online, or they are not going to waive off any exams for you all. You being PG students, definitely they will hold all the exams offline only. So take it seriously and study. If you're having any doubts, any challenges, please come back to me. At least as far as DBMS subject is concerned, I can always help you out, and I'm there to help you only. If you don't ask me, then what else can I understand from you all, right? That's why maybe 5-10 minutes I just wanted to talk to you all regarding this only. Unless you tell me something is not you're not getting something, I cannot help you. And I have shared all the possible notes with you all, so that I think the notes are also of help. If someone has gone through the notes, I think can you all share something on that? Share your feedback on that. You want more elaborate, or is it okay or something? Have anyone gone through all the notes what I've shared so far?
No, ma'am, not all the notes. Some are going to.
Yeah, sorry.
Not, ma'am, not all of them. A little
Yeah,
bit I'll study. No problem in there.
no problem in the notes.
No, ma'am. I haven't gone through, ma'am, all the notes.
Okay.
But that far I have gone through, and there's no problem in that.
Okay. Okay. Others, any problem or any difficulty you're having with respect to the notes that I've shared? You're not able to follow, or you want something more, or you want less? What is it? Can I hear from you all? See, why don't you all talk? I want to know from you all certain things. Unless you share your feedback, I will not be able to understand what's happening. It's easy for me to go on doing. Yeah.
No, ma'am, no issues. Notes is
Okay. Anyone else?
More convenient, ma'am. It's not no dilemma while reading the notes.
Okay.
It's convenient.
Classes also you are all able to follow without any hazards.
Yes, ma'am. Though we have some distractions, ma'am, we are trying to concentrate more.
Distraction at my end, or your end?
No, our end.
Right. Okay. Hema, you were trying to say something? Hema?
No, ma'am. I was telling about classes, ma'am. Able to follow everything, ma'am. No problem from the classes.
Okay. Anyone having any problem, particularly facing any issues with respect to DBMS, lab or theory? Can please speak out? Shivani?
Ma'am, no problem, ma'am.
You're able to follow what is being done in the class, theory?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you listening every day, attending regularly?
Yes, ma'am. I'm attending regularly.
Okay. Anyone else? Any challenges you are not able to follow something or something like that? You can tell me, please. Unless you tell, I'll not know. That's why I'm asking you. Even if it's okay to spend some time, I'm okay with that. Because the subject as such is very important subject, DBMS basics, mainly. You need to be very strong in your basics going ahead, not just with this second semester, but even ahead if you are joining some database kind of related domain industry or company, then it will play a major role. Darshan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Like to hear from you. Anything? Any issue?
No, ma'am. No problems.
Right. Okay. Okay, so as you all told, you will get me the list of topics that I have to revise again. Maybe I will do the revision right away in tomorrow's class, so that we'll be better off to face the internals and going further also. So if I get to know by today evening, probably we can plan it out and do it in tomorrow's class, right? Let me take your attendance. Anaga?
Yes, ma'am.
Abhilash? Abhilash is not there.
Present, ma'am.
He is there, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Akrut?
Yes, ma'am.
Anusha?
Yes, ma'am.
Arvind?
Present, ma'am.
Arifullah?
Yes, ma'am.
Benaka?
Present, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Banu? Bhargav?
Yes, ma'am.
Rahmatullah?
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra?
Present, ma'am.
Chandana?
Present, ma'am.
Saran?
Yes, ma'am.
Darshan?
Present, ma'am.
Diksha? Diksha is not there. Dakshayani?
Present, ma'am.
Kishan is present. Harshit?
Present, ma'am.
Hema?
Present, ma'am.
Uma?
Present, ma'am.
Jayant?
Present, ma'am.
Divya?
Yes, ma'am.
Kaushik?
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi is present. Lavanya? Manish?
Present, ma'am.
Manoj,
Present, ma'am.
Mohit,
Yes, ma'am.
Naval,
Present, ma'am.
Navya,
Present, ma'am.
Nikhil,
Present, ma'am.
Narendra,
Present, ma'am.
Pawan, Pooja,
Yes, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Purnima,
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, 27 present, ma'am.
Raman,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Present, ma'am.
Rupak,
Yes, ma'am.
Sai Kumar, Samir,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Santosh,
Present, ma'am.
Shadab,
Present, ma'am.
Charan,
Present, ma'am.
Shashank,
Present, ma'am.
Peter,
Present, ma'am.
Shivani,
Present, ma'am.
Soumya,
Present, ma'am.
Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Vishnu, Vishnu is present, Sugandhini,
Present, ma'am.
Sushma,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmita BS,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmita U,
Present, ma'am.
Tita, Tripti,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Varsha Veena.
Present, ma'am.
Kishan is present, Lakshmi is present, Diksha is present, Vishnu is present. Who else is absent then?
Ma'am, 27
Grace,
present, ma'am. Network issue.
Lavanya. Yeah, I marked you are present. Yeah, then all are present today. Right? Okay, then so let me know by evening. So Dakshayani will update me. I'll wait for that as to what topics we got to revise. So accordingly, we'll take up the revision. And maybe in the tomorrow's class itself, we can do it, or let's plan it out how it is possible. Even if lab, if you have any problems, so you can let me know by evening itself in whatever she's going to collect it from you. So we'll see what best I can do from my end. Okay. Is that all?
Yes,
Okay, then.
ma'am.
Yeah. Thanks all. Thank you.